know you all came here to see Iggy Catalpa because you think he's funny, because you like his style, because you just plain like him, right? Yeah! But you just think you do, because you were manipulated into thinking you do. By him, King Chicken. He did it the same way they manipulate us into buying toothpaste, car wax, even politicians. All prepackaged, the least offensive, most appealing alternative. But it's precisely when humor is offensive that we need it most. Comedy should provoke. It should blast through prejudices, challenge preconceptions. Comedy should always leave you different than when it found you.
The rebel seems roused.
Sure, humor can hurt, even alienate. But the risk is better than the alternative. A steady diet of innocuous, childproof, flavorless mush. Demand to be challenged, to be offended, to be treated like thinking, reasoning adults. And raise your children to be the same. Don't let a comedian, a network, a congressional committee, or an evil genius take away your freedom to laugh at whatever you want.
Yeah, late night dojo, mask on, mic's hot, the moon is up, the squad is live, ninjas at night, yeah, yeah. It's late night, light, slow, max on tight. Three voices in the shadows, what the ninjas at night. MMA Kreese on the mic, yeah, he keep it sane. Tryna hold the crew down when we go off the chain. Vagabond in the cut, yeah, he wild with the speech. Degenerate thoughts, probably talking about feet. Chronicling Mayhem, partner in crime. Raccoon Queen energy, causing chaos all night. Anime games, real talk, whatever feels right. Pop culture, smoke bombs, disappear in the night. Good vibes, sharp tongues, no script in sight. Kick back, tune in, this Ninjas at Night. Ninjas at night, yeah, we outside. Late night laughs with the whole squad live. Kreese, Vagabond, Mayhem on the mic, random talk, good times. Ninjas at night, yeah, we bring that heat. Same one, chaos in a man about feet. Mask on, lights down, everything hype. Kick back, tune in, it's Ninjas at Night. From the couch to the cave, we be posted in black. One random topic and we never look back. Kreese trying to steer, but the madness won't stop. Soon as Vagabond talks, the whole chat drops. Mayhem got raccoons in a scheme on deck. Partnering crime with the chaos effect. No filter, no fear, just jokes in flight. This the wildest little dojo after midnight. No script, no rules, just vibes and smoke. Half serious talk, half inside joke. Moonlight shining, the squad ignite. Welcome to the madness of Ninjas at Night. Ninjas at Night, yeah, we outside. Late night laughs with the whole squad live. Kreese, Vagabond, Mayhem on the mic, random talk, good times. Ninjas at Night, yeah, we bring that heat. Same one, chaos in a man about feet. Mask on, lights down, everything high. Kick back, tune in, it's Ninjas at Night. MMA Kreese, the same one. Vagabond, don't check your search history. Chronicling Mayhem. Raccoon Queen, partner in crime. Random topics, late night chaos. Ninjas at Night!
Well, we are back. Another week is never ends.
Yes, it is another.
How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. And yes, it is another awesome, beautiful Wednesday night. You guys could have been anywhere, but you're here with the Ninjas at Night. And all I just gotta say is, what's up, my ninjas? How y'all doing tonight?
What's up, my ninjas? And some of you on the YouTube side might notice there are two streams at the same time. We have a portrait one for people who are on the phone and a landscape. I hope I made it clear. So any suggestions, just let me know. We'll try to accommodate for next time. But let's, as people are rolling in, we do got one person. We got a couple of people in first. First one in is the Wayfarer. Like and subscribe. Y'all getting Robin and Stab and cut. This Wayfarer all the way from the Philippines. So, speaking of cut, and so you know, in the '90s, right?
Yeah.
Well, okay, I'll say this. So there's a lot of things here. Gen Z got their own phrases or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Speaking of phrases, Theo Snodgrass with us. what happened to my mic? Oh, hold on. How about now? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so Theo Snodgrass of the Touchgrass, Touchgrass Theo Snodgrass. I was there Saturday talking about the Drake barking thing, and Theory Day, Theo says Candace is mentally ill, but it grips like crazy. And I think Theo, I don't know if he's still on his quest to get Candace Owens' body pillow. That's a whole other can of worms story. So, the Wayfair, what happened to your mic, Bogmundo? I think I had it up high. Sounds like an Xbox mic. Hold on. Let me double check. I'm on the. Oh,
Here we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so it was on my new camera. So I guess I'll start over. First one in here, like and subscribe. The Wayfair says like and subscribe, or you're getting robbing and stabbing cuz.
Yeah.
Theo Snodgrass of the Touchgrass, Theo Snodgrass of the Bureaucracy says Candace is mentally ill, but it grips like crazy. And I know he was planning to get a Candace Owens body pillow. Let me know if you're still working on that, Theo. The Wayfair, what happened to your mic? We think we fixed that. Sounds like an Xbox mic. Yeah, that was the camera. And he says better. And all right, cool. And then shout out whoever is watching on the mobile version of the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, so as I was saying, Gen Z has their lingo like flossing and all that other type of stuff. I don't know what else they got.
The Riz.
Was the Riz really Gen Z?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shoot, I don't know. But I do have a thing talking about showing out, bringing back phrases from the 90s. Let's see if we all remember these to start us off. So, 90 phrases we should bring back to keep Gen Z on their toes. So, first one in, up your butt and around the corner. The official response when someone asks where was something was. Do you remember hearing this one?
Yes. Yeah, dude.
I remember that too. So, all right. So next one, all that in a bag of chips.
I remember that one.
Yeah, I think they got the meaning of it wrong on this one. Basically, flipping brilliant, but with snacks. And then, shout out to Jeffrey. Thank you for joining us in the chat. So all that in a bag of chips is like saying something's great, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess flipping brilliant. Get down with your bad self. Okay, black people ran that one to the ground. I'll say that. Black women, particularly.
Well, man, honestly, that was like even around the 80s, like 70s and 80s. To be honest,
yeah.
I don't think that's 90s bound. I think that was like more of a 70s and 80s one.
Yeah, ever since like funk and stuff like that. Not even totally sure what this means, but I like that whoever wrote this. Let's see. Home skillet. I barely heard this one. How about you?
I heard it every once in a while, but it was always like white teachers that try to act could.
Yeah. And then next we have open a can of whoop ass. A completely normal say to threaten someone with. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I used to hear that a lot around mostly the white kids.
Well, when I was younger, I used to be in a lot of fights, so I would hear that one a lot.
Yeah.
Talk to the hand. That was like a Valley Girl thing.
Yeah.
Translate, go tell someone who gives a fuck. And then next we have take a chill pill when someone is being dramatic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then Cowabunga, dude. Okay, so whoever wrote this one might not be an actual 90s person because they go, not sure what this one means, but it rolls off the tongue nice. So
that's definitely California, San Diego.
Yeah, this is like a surfer dude, like kind of like was up, that kind of like one of those. So that was that. So what do you think? I'm bringing those back.
Nah, they just need to stay where it needs to be.
Nah, I'm gonna probably reuse them like a can of whoop ass.
Oh God, why?
Shoot,
That's
especially
like,
I play online games or whatever.
man, dude, that is like so type of thing.
Oh, I don't care. Like you never played Duke Nukem 64 or whatever? Or
Dude,
Duke Nukem.
I don't game.
Yeah. But so if you guys play Duke Nukem, like all his catchphrases is like it'd be like I'm about to chew gum, but I'm gonna kick ass and chew gum, but I'm all out of gum. Which that was from a movie, if I can remember what movie it was. But hail to the king, baby. I love Duke Nukem.
Whatever, dude. Oh man. What's
Okay.
the
Is that on your hat? Says Jeffrey. It is a cat. If
cat in the hat?
Yeah, so anytime I put anything on my head, you'll see a cat hop on or two. I got more than one cat, so
Yeah, so
they all like to sit on my head or shoulder for some reason.
the walking pussy hat.
Yeah.
So what's this YouTube thing? Got it right or whatever?
Okay, so YouTube is making some changes. So basically I disagree with the video. But we could probably tune into it real quick. And we're actually more organized, folks.
We're getting better.
Yeah.
But we still might be unprofessional every once in a while. Especially
Right.
if I got a good meme.
And we have M Campia goes, "What's up, my ninjas?" And then Jeffrey goes, "I thought it was a rat." No, we don't have rats here. A rat wouldn't dare come here. And shout out to Head Kitty, says M Campia. And here we go. Probably turn this up. So this is from, I could never say his name, Pazu's Sand or some shit or whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have a couple of cats. Awesome, says Jeffrey.
Okay, so it seems like YouTube has just announced a pretty insane
What's wrong with his
change that they're
voice?
going to be making starting next week.
Oh, I
Now,
don't know.
this is pretty much everything you need to know about what is going on, but for a quick rundown,
Not gonna lie,
essentially
he
they will
sounds
be
like AI.
changing how they count views, and they're actually going to be counting them from the first frame across all of the formats. Now, if you don't know, obviously they've been doing
Okay, we'll pause that right there. So, because I did watch the video ahead of time. So basically in this one, so YouTube is doing basically how YouTube counts views is that you watch, say you're as a viewer, you watch it for a little bit, either at least up to a minute or so, and that counts as a watch time, whatever.
Yeah.
So what YouTube is planning on doing is they're taking how shorts work for the views, where someone just clicks and exit off of it counts as a view instead of them actually sitting watching it. So the views right now is considered I forgot the term they use, but like basically I'll for now I'm just gonna say regular view. I know the guy says it in here, but were like views that matter, like they actually watch it. So those are still gonna be there, and those views count towards the analytics, but the viewer is not gonna see that. They're gonna see like, oh, this video got 1 million views when actually is a bunch of people clicking and exiting off, as opposed to oh yeah, it's called unique views. So a unique view is like someone actually took the time to at least watch up to a minute of the video, right? So what YouTube is doing is, okay, only the creators are going to be able to see that. The rest is just the views that the audience is going to see is someone clicked on it, left, that counts as a view without them being an actual unique viewer. So you can have 1,000 people click on a video, leave, and that still say, "Oh, I had 1,000 views or whatever," right?
Yeah.
Just for views' sake. But in actuality, the unique views would be, say, 20 people only watched the videos, and so the YouTube viewer gets to see both numbers, but the 20 people that actually sat and watched up to a minute count towards their watch time and stuff. What's
Yeah,
your take on that?
it's just they don't want to share no more money. That's all that is about. They're
Yeah.
greedy, man. It's just more like, oh yeah, like we gotta try to make sure we gotta cut as much people out of the pot as much as we can. So,
Yeah. Adart, thank you for joining the chat. The cat is the only professional thing about the Ninja podcast, pretty much.
Dang.
Sounds like the clicks are for advertiser. It is, but I don't see the benefit. Like, if I, the advertiser's like, oh, well, hey, this video, I want to see the unique video. Like, do people actually watch this person or whatever, right? As opposed to like how many people just clicked and left. Yeah, so inflates views, says Adart. Yeah, pretty much. And then views will be counted differently for overall total. But as far as revenue goes, it has a has to be actually watched a certain percentage to be qualified as a view to get paid, says Blue Eyed Scorpio. Yeah. And shout out to Ronan the Crusader. And then, and Blue White Scorpio, I think on this Friday night or Saturday morning, depending what part of the world you're in, we will be doing the Salty Cracker Challenge. I mean, the Saltine Cracker Challenge on the Bezel.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so basically you have to eat 6 crackers. That's the world record without a drink and finish it under a minute with nothing in your mouth.
Y'all crazy.
Yeah, and then I've been doing shorts for 21 months, and I've only gotten 23.4 million views. I need 10 million qualified views on shorts in 90 days to get paid. Yeah, but
See,
yeah,
that's what I'm saying. They don't want to share they don't want to share revenue. That's all that is.
yeah.
And even when you do share revenue, it's like the most you probably get is like $5 or $10.
Yeah. And let me hit play real quick.
With shorts, and I think they've kind of been testing it out and everything like that. But essentially, this is going to start to affect, things to do with long form videos. So if someone
okay, we know that part. It's going to start August 24th. We'll fast forward this guy.
And after the change, creators can use the engaged views metric in YouTube Studio. An engaged view means the viewer stayed to watch past the first frame and initial seconds. It's how all views were counted historically, which is why they're useful for historical comparisons. Engaged views will also remain the view metric used to qualify for Shorts, ad, and premium revenue sharing in the YouTube Partner Program and for monetization and revenue calculation across all videos. And yes, I totally understand some of this can sound complicated, but if you're already familiar with how Shorts views work today, then you're already familiar with how all views will be working after August 24. But if these new views are all new to you, we'll all be here to help. So let me know your thoughts and questions.
So yeah, that's essentially the update that.
Okay, I think it's retarded. This guy's going to read the people celebrating it as if it's a win. So that's why he's positive about it. I think it's retarded. I'd rather have the engaged views the whole time.
Nah, I agree.
Yeah, because then it's also transparent for the viewers, right? They know like, oh, okay, this video is popular for some reason, not because people just clicked and left. So
nah, I got you.
But I got something to make us all laugh real quick.
Yeah.
What should you? So we can do so basically we're all familiar with the Black Hebrew Israelites here, right? Stand in soapboxes, cuss everybody out, tell you everyone's gay, Arthur the King was gay, Malcolm X is gay, or whatever. And then slavery never happened, just black people appeared here. This is the real black people are the real Jews or something. And then there's no slave ships. How come you don't see them now today? And a bunch of other nonsense. And then they hate white people. So I found this white guy that's actually pissing them off, and we'll start off with the Massa Musa one. If you're familiar with Massa Musa, he was this African king that pretty much had supposedly he was super rich or whatever. But so this is a mockery of Black Hebrew Israelites. Hold on. Okay, I'm about to say I froze. And I'll restart it.
The nights confuse you. Massa Musa. Do not let these Ebonites confuse you. Mansa Musa was a white man.
That's right.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a white man.
That's right.
Oprah Winfrey, a white woman.
That's right.
A beautiful snow queen.
No queens forever, chocolate bunnies never. That's right.
Uncle Ben, Minute Rice, made by a white man.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Do not let these Ebonites confuse you.
Ebonites.
Mansa Musa was a white man.
That's right.
Martin Luther King Jr. was a white man.
Okay, hold on. I got one more from the same guy. And then
Oh man, it's hilarious.
yeah, hold on. This I almost ended the stream. So
Be careful now.
right. All right, here's another one.
Real G.
Harriet Tubman.
Okay, get ready for this one.
A white woman.
That's right.
She got the name Rosa Parks. Was a white woman.
That's right.
She got the name Rosa from her rosy cheeks.
That's right.
Rosa is an old Hebrew name. Just think about it, my brother.
The Anglo-Saxons is the real G.
Harriet Tubman was a white woman.
That's right.
How is a melanated individual going to see in the Underground Railroad?
They can't see each other in the dark, my brother.
Do not fall for the Ebonite propaganda, my brothers. The Vikings were the real Jews.
That's right.
Rosa Parks was a white woman.
That's right.
She got the name.
Okay, so this guy, his name is Uncle Agartha. Go follow him. He's hilarious.
Wait. I got a clip for you. I think you might like this one. Hold on. Oh man. You know, I found a clip of it's gonna be on Instagram.
Okay, hold on. Oh, D-Day, if you can hear me, there's two versions of the stream. There's a vertical stream and there is the regular stream. The one that's vertical has the vert in the title in it. I hope I try to make it more obvious. And then let's see, hold on. Oh, let me pull up what Kreese got. Oh shit. I already see it in there.
Vagabond's arch nemesis.
Aren't you Cleo Thomas?
Yeah, what's up, bro?
You know, I love the Goofy movie.
What'd you say?
The Goofy movie.
It's a Goofy movie.
I mean, the same thing. Oh, gosh.
I still hate that guy.
You don't want to talk to your number one ops.
So he's just so disingenuous. The light skinned dude, he's from Holes. I remember. I know. I follow him. But yeah, colluding with the arch nemesis out there. And then Adart says every other IGN news video will look more popular due to embedding videos on advertisement. Yeah, from 8,008 views to 800 million and 8 views. I see what you did there with the boob.
Oh my goodness.
And then what's Hayden talking about? Oh, Hayden Wayne. And then Hail Ronin says the Wayfarer. Didn't the Jew write the MLK speech? Probably. I don't know. I thought that was Hayden, man. White people all look the same. Oh, there you go. Thanks, bro. Yeah. I'm trying out the new feature. I mean, I'm seeing if people like it or not. If like it closes to help get new viewers, but yeah.
Your cat. Your cat is.
Ryan, all the cows tripping.
But your arch nemesis is collaborating with one of your favorite characters, man. Yeah.
Well, I like Shia LaBeouf in the movie more than anyone else, or in the one girl. No, the grandpa. That one. It was. I'm tired of digging these holes. Well, that's too damn bad. That's my favorite part of the whole movie.
Too damn bad.
We need that as a clip.
Yeah, we gotta find it, man. Like, we gotta get that. Donations. Yeah. Donations.
I do got the donations clip. I was able to fix. So if you guys weren't here on Sunday, shout out to Kanan Nightwolf. Says howdy do. Thank you for joining the chat. Yeah. So if you weren't here last Sunday for I Swear It's Not Hentai, we had to postpone it because EV Mux had like a bunch of problems. So I had to rebuild everything on our end. So I was able to rebuild his. I still need to rebuild I Swear It's Not Hentai. But I was able to get our clips back or whatever. So I am going to be adding more clips to here as well. But for those who haven't seen Holes, you guys will get laugh out of this.
Yeah. Disney, please don't hit us.
Well, I think it's short. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
If I can see without a paw on my face. Professional folks.
Professional clips.
We'll just play it on large screen.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah, that has to be a clip right there.
Right.
Okay. I think we gotta talk about this one. However, like, let's get into one of our major subjects tonight. Like, so students can't read.
Oh yeah.
Well, hold on. Before we get into that, like, let me give you the clip that. Hold on, give me a second.
Didn't you post it?
No, like, before we posted that one, I forgot to tell you about this one. Give me a second, cause it's kind of like a. Give me a second. Hold on. Hold on.
I enjoyed Peanut Butter Falcon. I don't remember that part. Oh, okay, yeah.
It's with the mom. Hold on. Okay. Here, I'm about to send it right now.
Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram.
Very cool.
Because it's going to tie into the first one of the major subjects. Like,
oh, I totally forgot. I think I've seen this one. Okay,
yeah.
Hold on.
Internet is losing their mind because I said I make my children read for 2 hours and practice sports for 2 hours a day during summer, and I don't let them watch TV until after 3 p.m. Some people even said it's child abuse and that my kids are going to put me in a nursing home when I get older. Anyways, this is my son who made principal honor roll. He got straight A's all school year. My daughter got all A's and 1 B, which was very close to an A. My third born son got straight A's all 3 semesters. My oldest son just got invited to a gifted Lego robotics program at his school. This is my daughter winning a gold medal for soccer.
RBIs unreal, hits unreal, average unreal. Did not lose a game. Over 90 strikeouts. Honor and privilege to award the most valuable player. Defeated 15-0 team goes to Alex
A lot of you guys were worried that my kids weren't having fun in life. This is them in Italy. This is them in London. This is my daughter and I in California at Disneyland. This is us at Tampa Busch Gardens. Some of you guys were sad for my dogs who couldn't go on our furniture. This is us. So the internet is losing their mind because I said I make my children.
What is your thoughts, Mr. Vagabond, on this?
I applaud her. Like, I believe in homeschooling kids anyway. Like when I have my kids, I'm a homeschool them, and I know the cat rear end is facing the camera. So, but yeah, the problem, so with ever since schools started allowing phones in there, I know there's a lot of debate right now with phones here in Georgia schools, and the problem is, well, there's a bunch of problems, right? So we got like the No Child Left Behind since Bush was in office, that where kids that should be failing and repeating classes are not, they just pass them along. Then when you got the implementation that, oh, math is racist, being on time is racist, all this like stupid stuff was like enabling people to like not even try hard. Because, you know, as much as I say about school, it's like you're competing against other students in the competition. Like when I went to school, you didn't want to be the person to have an F in the class or you get clowned by everybody else, right? And so so that caused you to try to do better because you don't want to be seen like you're the retard in the class, right? But now, since everyone gets participation trophies, that's not happening.
There's no incentive for people to actually learn. And once again, I applaud this mom for not bending into peer pressure amongst her peers or whatever. And me and Vagabond kind of just assumed, like, you know, there's probably a certain group of people that are probably telling her that she is doing too much. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, I'll say it. It's a bunch of ninjas, right? So, I was on Instagram. So one of the schools south of me, a kid brought a gun to school and shot another kid over fighting over a vape pen at the high school. And you got all these comments like, oh, well, the school doesn't want to put metal detectors. The school doesn't want to put, is not allowing kids to have cell phones in class. And all of those are just excuses. It's not the cell phone. It's a certain demographic of people that have a cultural problem that always get looked past. You want to blame everything else, but we're looking within. So, so I said something, and this kid, I'm supposing he's like 12 years old, responded to me. He was like, a different post on the same subject. I put, make an example of him because they're charging him as an adult. He shot the other kid in the leg. The other kid didn't die or anything like that, but the other kid's in the hospital recovering. What people are like, oh, we need to do something to help this kid. There's all kinds of YMCA programs. How many programs? There's still, I guarantee you can look locally and find so many programs and stuff for kids to go do something, and trying to blame it on school for not having cell phones in class. These people are retarded. I'm wondering that they should be held back too for whatever making this comment. So this one kid responded to me saying, because you make an example out of him, and he said, "Who, you?" I didn't respond. I looked at his profile, noticed he was probably like 12 or some shit.
Yeah.
And Instagram's policy has to be 13 and over. So I just reported him and he got his account deleted. So,
you be snitching.
I don't give a shit. And so, but yeah, but besides that, it's just the whole thing's retarded. Like the same thing was like, and we've seen these policies go outside the school realm, right? Where, oh, well, if they steal food, then it's okay because they might need the food. Oh, they're stealing PlayStations. Oh, well, they're just poor and they had an advantage because of white people or some bullshit, right? And it goes, you keep getting all these excuses and you're wondering why the crime rate's so high and want to blame Trump. And like Trump has nothing to do with that. It's all your local policies. You gotta, people need to face consequences, even and then including school. If someone got an F, don't pass them along the next grade up. Make them become a super senior, whatever you have to do. flunked them.
Super senior. Well, speaking of super seniors, go ahead and play that that first clip for number 4 or whatever for what we're gonna really talk about, like, you know.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah.
Oops, hold on.
Totally unprofessional.
Well, we're faster than before.
Seniors who simply cannot. I have seniors who simply cannot read and seniors who cannot write. I literally broke down in the middle of class because I'm teaching seniors. These kids are leaving high school and going to college, hopefully, after they finish. We had 2 paragraphs to read, 1 sentence, complete to write. I gave them the sentence stems. I basically completed the sentence for them in the model. These are 17 and 18-year-old kids, and they couldn't fill in 4 words. 4 words. I gave them the scenario. We annotated.
This man had a nervous breakdown, bro.
I gave them the answers before we even had the problem.
Dang, they gave him the answers too? Like,
they couldn't do it. Dang. And I have seniors.
Yeah. So
what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, we see it on even though I hate those videos, those ones where they go to some area and interview them. Hey, how many states do we have? And then the people will be like, 250 or some bullshit, right? Or how many countries are in North America? And then they just can't name anything. Or you go, oh, what countries border America? And they're like, China. I'm like, what the fuck you get China from? And these retarded. But yeah, I think it's these liberal policies. I'm gonna blame liberal white women on this, right? They don't want to hold black people accountable. That's the problem with them. Even when a white woman likes me, I have to be I have to take a double take. It's okay, is she does she just feel sorry for me because I'm black, or is she legit like me, or you have to assume she's one of those super liberals where if I mention I voted for Trump or something, and she started breaking down crying and then go yelling in the forest with a bunch of other chicks for some reason.
She's gonna say, shh, be quiet. I understand your struggle. Wait, what? I understand how it was back in the day. What are we talking about back in the day? What?
Yeah. So I think the problem does start at schools, and it just keeps extending, and these people keep getting passes, and stop giving people passes. It's the same thing we even see in the courts where person was arrested 30 times and the DA or prosecutor or the judge is let's let them out with no bail.
Let me ask you this. So when you saw that teacher breaking down or whatever, did you do you blame the teacher, or do you blame kids not wanting to learn? Because when you have a teacher crying because the kids can't get it done, how do you feel in that type of situation?
I don't blame the teacher. I blame the schools for the school system has always sucked, right? Yeah. But at least you had there weren't degrees that were pertain to nothing like gender studies or whatever, right?
Yeah.
There's only 2 genders. What else could you be studying? So you got these wasteful degrees. There's so much stuff that just people can float by. and you don't have to even try hard, right? So I don't blame them. But I will say, I will blame teachers for a little bit of things. And this is where people will probably get mad at me about. Because I will say this: there is those teachers who'd be like, "Oh, we're not getting paid enough," right? And then they'll waste their whole time marching and protesting instead of like being in class or whatever. Yet you get more vacation time than actual other people do, and so you do got those types. And I think there was an influx of them in the school system, which also led to this problem.
Yeah. Well, I also did another clip for it's on Instagram that kind of continues a little bit on this or whatever, which I think this guy was actually cooking on this one too or whatever.
Okay. Hold on, give me a second.
School district students not being able to read or write. I'm gonna say this for the teachers who've been back to work for the past 2 to 3 weeks using their own money to buy your son's school supplies. Y'all are some sorry parents. Not all, but a lot of y'all. I'm gonna say it again for all the teachers who can't say it because they still need their job. Not one time has your son or your daughter came home and you made them read a whole chapter. Not one time have you looked up their vocabulary word list to make sure that they can spell, read, and use it in a sentence. Not one time have you sat your son down or your daughter down to make sure they can fluently write 5 sentences that actually make sense. But I bet you man is Jump Boy Fresh with his new iPad. He got a closer relationship to his iPad than his actual mom. But I bet you was in Urban Social on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. No, I'm talking to you. I bet you made sure your new boo texted you back, but didn't make sure your son had a reading list this summer. And then every time your teacher calls your phone saying that your child is being bad, you will take up for that child, not even knowing the teacher's name the whole year, or even ask what they working on so you can take it home and work with him on it. Yes, I'm calling you out. Y'all treat public schools like a daycare because y'all tired of seeing y'all children at the house because they annoy the hell out of you. You have never spent money on tutoring for them, but I bet you spent that same money to go to that Don Toliver concert. Lie and say you wasn't at Privilege in Midtown all weekend getting Don Julio shots poured down your mouth and got 4 dudes sending you $100 each just so you can get your hair done. But not one time have you sat down little Caden to see if he can read 5 pages out of any book from the library or on a Kindle app. Do you know your son or your daughter don't know the difference between uppercase and lowercase? That's your fault, not the teacher's. Do you know your son or daughter doesn't know how to finish a complete sentence? That's not the school's fault. That's your fault. Do you know your daughter talks all day in class and knows she doesn't have to sit down because you ain't gonna do nothing about it? That's your fault, not the teacher's fault, Tanisha. School starts at the house, not at the school. I'm saying all this because I done seen a lot of comments talking about how bad the teachers in school is. See, the crazy part about No Child Left Behind is how it exposed all of how y'all kids are left behind at y'all own house. It sheds a light to all these excuses y'all have as parents. How you go to work every day at your job and you can read and your child can't. And if you fix your mouth to say that's the teacher's school job, then you are the problem, Tanisha. So not too much on these teachers that go to bring Kotex to the school because you was more concerned about why your baby daddy don't want you no more. Meanwhile, your daughter is over there embarrassed in the corner with her legs folded with a hoodie around her waist all day. And yes, that's a real story. Get in the field, Tanisha. Shout out to all my teacher friends that are more of a parent than the student's parent. Now, literacy problems are generational, but we got way too many resources for it to be a district teacher or school's fault. You're the problem. Your child got a PS5 for his birthday, but he can't write down 3 sentences without looking like the poster child of confusion. Do better. Be delivered. Oh, and while the topic is on Houston.
Okay. I do agree with him too, but to an extent, I think it's a combo because I'm assuming he's
2
in
things
Texas.
can be right. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are bad teachers in California. So it's not just saying. Like I had a teacher that the whole class failed for English back in high school.
Yeah.
And every weekend she was at a winery or something, some event the night before the week before school started.
Yeah.
And during the week. And then she's always popping pills in the middle of class, wondering where her headaches are coming from. And so like basically I think out of 32 people, only 5 people pass. which were
Wow.
like her favorite students. And then and so basically I had to take summer school with everyone that was in that same class. So I basically had my same class for summer school from regular school. And so I do think it's a combo of things, right? Because there
Yeah.
are teachers that like they are because if we're being honest with ourselves, most teachers are females, right?
Yeah.
Not saying women can't teach, but I'm just saying you got most of that going on. There's a lot of sliding, they let a lot of students slide with stuff. You do get the parents. Well, we see body cam footages of that too, where a student's misbehaving, wanting to fight the teacher in class. Cops come, arrest the student. Parents come, start yelling at the cops like, "Why'd you put my son
And
or my daughter
handcuffs.
in handcuffs?" I've seen plenty of those as well too.
Yeah.
And the mom just as ghetto as the kid, or even
Yeah.
more. So it is a combo of things. I just don't. I think we just need to let certain people fail. Like same thing with like natural selection, but with like within the school system, pretty much.
Yeah, it's like they make it to where like your kid cannot fail at all. Like, if you my thing is this, if you fail like high school, you're retarded, dude. Like you're stupid. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. There's
But
no way there's no way you can fail like high school. Like they make it impossible.
yeah, like I knew one guy. He was a super senior, like 2 times or whatever. I think you can be a super senior until you're like 25, which is weird.
No,
But
it's
yeah,
like it's up to 21. Well, I
well,
know
it's different per state.
yeah, Texas, I think it's 20 or 21 or something like that.
I think California is 25, but you don't even get super seniors anymore if you're just going to let everyone pass.
Yeah. I think that was another thing is like, I bet a lot of parents was just saying like, yo, I don't feel comfortable that you got basically a grown man in high school still or whatever, like, But wouldn't
Yeah.
that be embarrassing though that you failed like high
Man,
school
the dude I know, he didn't give a shit. Like he was there just to sell drugs or some shit. That's all he.
Wow.
So,
Did you end up graduating?
I have no clue. So I have no clue what happened to him. So it's not, to be honest.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah, like we used to at my high school, we had race riots and stuff. It's
Yeah.
usually blacks versus Mexicans, and we also had Samoans in my school. So man, I remember one day that's a side story. One day it rained and this white girl accidentally kicked some water to this Samoan chick. And I was like, I felt sorry for her because the Samoan chick was like, "Oh hell no!" Turned around and pounded the shit. You know how big Samoans are.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
real
Now,
quick,
there's some pretty Samoan girls though, like
yeah, boy,
but
man,
most
they
of
some
them,
fighters though. So
but most of them are like Rashiki.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's why they're all on the football team and stuff. But real quick, Adart says, "I bet you if they watched their shonen shows with subtitles, I bet they would be better at reading." Well, see, okay, I do want to add to that. That reminds me. So I was a really good reader. I know on stream when I'm reading your chats, it doesn't seem that way. I feel your beard and Mo and Saboni. So, but okay, you know what forced me to read was video games, right? Because video games back in the Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Sega, the Genesis days, like there is no talking. You have to read everything just to know what's going on,
Yeah.
right? So like you kind of like but my parents actually bought like VHS tapes of like it wasn't hooked on phonics. It was like, and this is before I even went to kindergarten. It was I don't remember. I think I still got it in my storage. I gotta look. But it was like a reading program, and this is before Hook on Phonics ever existed, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But I would watch these videos. They were actually entertaining, and then I would play these video games, and you if you want to know how to beat the game, you kind of have to learn how to read what the characters are saying. So
Yeah.
you had no choice but to read. And like I've been a gamer since my dad was a gamer too, so that was just I just grew into gaming. So
Yeah.
that's what I have to say about that. And like, Adart says she has a shit ton of money, or her husband does at least. That's my thoughts. Oh, for the lady, okay. So about that, I don't think you need a ton of money to homeschool, and that's just my opinion. Like I'm not made of money, but I think the problem is, one. Okay, one. Some women might get mad at me for this, but I don't think every woman should be in the workforce. That's one issue right there. Two, um, I also believe if we get rid of all these taxes, we'll have more money in our pockets, and
Yeah.
also help get down this inflation.
Yeah.
And I know people want to blame the wars and stuff, but we've been taxed to death since the First World War, which was only supposed to be temporary.
Yeah.
You know, if you had more money in your pocket to go spend stuff, I think you could take care of your family, do what you got to do, and then your wife is at home making sure your kids got the education that they need. We're not even. So I do think that like there's a lot of single mothers out there or whatever. So she probably does have a husband and he does take care of everything, but I think that's needed.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying women can't work, but ideally it is the woman to stay in the house and make sure the kids are all right while the father does the hunting and gathering.
Yeah.
So D-Day Dara Wolf says, not to mention those retards are also herded into universities, thus devaluing degrees like the diploma, just like diplomas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you got gender studies, you got what other useless ones are out there?
African American studies.
Yeah, African American studies. Yeah.
Latino American studies, like woman basket weaving.
And then D-Day Direwolf, that's why I hear the most spectacular, retarded, dumb shit I ever heard. Mostly from liberal, college educated white women. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adart says every gifted education program I could think of cost money or required extra materials that the parent had to pay for. Yeah.
Yeah.
All that tax money and y'all and yet the stupid and gifted all get shafted in one way or the other monetarily. Yep.
Yeah.
Stealing shoes. Yep. And then there's Alan Pierce labeling the idea of having children as a disability. I'm not. Are you familiar with Alan Pierce? Elena, whoever that person is?
Elena Pierce.
I don't think I heard of that person.
I never heard of that person.
I'll look it up. I'm a super senior too. No worries, Z-Day Direwolf. I assume she would argue for paid times off or periods. Okay, I'll probably look her. I'm gonna have to look her up, and then
yeah.
Adart goes. Personally, I think that dude is doing a performance for clicks. I think he was genuine. Crying.
A grown man doesn't cry like that, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like
that old Kevin Daniels is D-Dar Wolf. Can't wait till the midterm advertisements blaming the president and campaigning on raising grades. Yeah. StreamElements. White women definitely hooked up with me because they're white savior complex. Yeah. The teacher's trying to get in your pants. And then I almost went out with one of my Spanish teachers. That's another story. Only pass I approve of is the N-word pass, as D-Dar Wolf. I blame the teachers too. They will do the bare minimum and never hold their coworkers attack. Yeah, because the guy, I get there's bad parents, but the guy's ignoring there are bad teachers out there. Like, what was the school that put litter boxes for the students because one of the students says they were a cat?
Oh, God.
If the teacher has to pay for more materials, that's the government's problem with wasteful spending and penny pinching for necessary materials. Yeah, and then Adart goes, why aren't they writing sentences and papers in school, you lazy... Okay, that's the other problem too. Ever since the computer, like we had a computer room, right? I've been seeing ads in like, not recently, but I seen ads where like, oh, we're getting all the students tablets and stuff. So
there's kids that don't know how to write their own signature, Vagabond.
Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, okay, don't give them tablets. Everything should be pen and paper. Now you got ChatGPT because you can ChatGPT answers now or whatever, right? So like a teacher should be able to be like, okay, we're doing traditional, and honestly, pieces of paper don't cost that much. I know there's that textbook nonsense where they charge you like $500 for a textbook. You know,
That's in
that's like
college.
this. That's like the size of my Berserk books, hardcover Berserk book, and then like costs like 300 times more the price.
And you don't even get to use it sometimes.
Yeah, if they get passed for just writing the name, it's not the parents' fault. It's the state for having low standards. Yeah. What was it? The one they said SATs was racist.
Yeah.
Like I don't remembers that.
That was in California, but now they're walking it back. Like they want to start bringing back the SATs or whatever.
Yeah, agreed, Vagabond. Yeah, that dude trying to pass it off on like the parents. And again, there are parents that use school as a daycare center. I'm not saying they don't, but
both things could be true. However,
yeah,
both can be true.
Adart says not all grown men are the same. Remember that director of Netflix MOTU series? Do you know what that series is?
MOT. No.
You might have to spell that out for us. You know, I don't have Netflix. That one, honestly, I only paid the last time I paid for Netflix was for that Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson fight. And we all saw how that ended.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. Oh man. So our boy Eric July went on a rant about against pro blacks or whatever. Like now you could like we could just like skip a little bit of the video or whatever, but like, you know, yeah, I think we should like run it a little bit, you know.
Oh snap. And we got ABF in the house. Says gaming with ABF. Is Vagabond wearing a pussycat?
Yes, he is.
I was trying not to, but I had no choice. And then I did put myself off camera, and the cat took the cat off. And the cat jumped back on, so we're pretty much stuck with the cat. So, and see, once I get an office, then that'll change.
Yeah.
And friend of the channel, Eric July. And let's see what I haven't watched this one yet.
It gets to a point to where you guys look pathetic. I don't know other way to put that. And I'm not trying to disrespect when I say that. It's just that I just want you to understand what you are doing is something that is really unique. And it's something that you've had the resources to course correct for a very long time. And instead of actually doing that, what you have wasted your creative and monetary resources begging major studios, legacy folks, white executives, which trips me out because you have many of these guys are everything blackety black fist in the air when it really boils down to no, you're begging white executives to represent you. And so I don't really care about the catchphrases that people use when they get on the internet and espouse these ideas like I'm so pro-black. No, you're not. You're all cornballs. None of you guys are actually quote unquote pro-black. Half the time you guys advocate or justify the most degenerate stuff when it comes to black culture and black families, but that's neither here nor there. You look like suckers because your entire premise really here is from a position of inferiority where you are asking other people to do things for you. And I always have to separate this because I want people to understand and not get it twisted. I would never tie the value of a man or woman like that solely to their race aspect because that's not something that they worked for. You just woke up black, like that's how it worked, or you came out the womb that way. You had no control over it. It wasn't anything that you earned, right? I want people to understand those are not my terms. I'm speaking to the terms of these guys with that fist in the air, pro DI, pro all of this stuff, where essentially I'm just cutting through the nonsense and the phrases and just getting down to the root of what you're actually doing. And that's begging white people to embrace you and begging white people to fund you. That's what it ultimately boils down to. And I know.
Okay, hold on. We'll continue. I agree with him. So
yeah.
So basically, so that's the way I don't think like all these people that says they're black and they're proud or they have black pride or whatever. And I'll send this to the LGBTQ or whatever, if whatever their acronyms are. And shout out to friend of the channel, Brandon the Anime Guy, Ninjas. My guys, hope you are well. Thank
going
you,
on,
Brandon,
Brandon?
for joining the chat. And then he
Yeah.
says cat hat and hat on cat, cat on hat. Yep.
Yep.
But Eric's right. I think so if you had pride, and this also extends to that what was it? The black dude got mad because the Japanese YouTuber called him the N-word and then he threw like a drink at her or whatever.
Yeah.
But it turns out he started it in the first place. They had some fling thing and he did something to her. I don't know the extent of that.
Yeah.
But she ended up calling him the N-word, and then the next day he like ambushed her, threw a drink at her. Shows how weak you are, right? That a mere word is like the end of the world for you. Like when I played Call of Duty back in the day, like Modern Warfare 2 or Black Ops 2, I enjoyed being called the N-word. And just know I'm making other people mad because I'm playing really good. And that's what you want. And the word, if you really have pride, the word just bounces off of you like what was it? Like a duck feather with water, or it just flies right off. And you're like, oh, okay, that was, it like the N-word should be like a fly. Okay, would it annoy you some here and there? Maybe. But is it really going to kill you? No. And so that's the problem. And then the other thing is like you can't enjoy anything that has non-black people in there. So like I can watch it could be a movie from Scandinavia or something. Barely any black people live there. I probably like 0.0% black people who live there, right? And so you make a movie, I watch it, I go, that's a really great movie. What these Negroes do, there wasn't any black people in there. That's why the movie sucked. They can't talk to you about the story, the plot, nothing. Just they're fixated so much on race, it makes them it becomes a crutch for them. And so the guys that fixate on that is just pathetic.
Yeah, for sure.
Bounces off you like a ninja, says Brandon. What about you?
Yeah, it's kind of sad or whatever. My thing about a lot of pro blacks is like I find them a lot of hypocritical or whatever. Like I know Eric's gonna talk about it in the video in the next couple more minutes, but especially when it comes to dating or interracial dating or whatever, they'll say that they'll hate like a particular group. For instance, they'll hate a white person, but you'll see like a pro black dude with a white woman, like with their half breed baby, or like vice versa. It's like, wait a minute.
It's kind of gay. Like for the dudes like Dr. Umar who do that, I have to assume you gay because like Dr. Umar fixates on what's in another dude's pocket, like how much money he had, like what he did with Kobe, and then how much like where the other dude is sleeping at or whatever, or what's he do. Like get off of him. Just like date whatever you want makes you happy. And I'll say this, I used to be a raging leftist, and I did fall to the pro black crowd a bit, to where I did ruin a good relationship I had, because I was, and the whole thing is like being worried about how black you are to other black people, and that's where it really boils down to. So it's like, and honestly, that's pretty gay. So hold on.
Oh, that sounds harsh, but it's the truth, and I'm correct on this. Objectively speaking, that's what this ultimately boils down to. When you sit and gripe about Marvel all day long about how they are not representing something, you don't own Marvel. Black people never own Marvel. Black people didn't even create the characters that you got talking about, and they're not in the executive boards at all. They have nothing to do with any of that. So your entire position here is, as with everything else, you are begging to either be subsidized by white people, or you're begging to have them, I guess, represent you. That's from a position of inferiority, because people think that they can catchphrase their way out of doing that. So they could call everybody that thinks differently a coon, and they can say that they all black. That's a mask that they put on themselves, and they look in the mirror and they think that's actually them, when that's all that they're doing. They're masking who they actually are. And that's a person that sees themselves as inferior, and instead of actually creating and doing and being part of the solution, you put yourself in a place of inferiority, and you're always begging for other people to move your world for you. It is the corniest thing, but that's pretty much all of black activism. That's all that it is. It's begging to be accepted by, you've heard me say this term for the last decade. They are begging to be accepted by white people. The unfortunate thing is that there's many white people that think otherwise because they actually believe, and they make this overcomplicated where all these people that all they do is they just despise white folk and that's all that it is. I'm not saying there aren't folks out there that despise white folks. I'm saying more so they despise themselves. And this is what Malcolm was talking about in that video that I showed when he was like, instead of trying to force your way into the factory and the bedroom and kitchen of white people, we need to have the black person look at himself and accept himself, and then he won't have a reason to be begging for other people to do other things for him. This is what always tripped me out when you have these people that are very pro-black and they use terms like coon and house Negro and all these other terms, throwing that stuff out there, and then their whole entire premise of their activism is begging people for acceptance. Who actually is the self-hating black person there? The person that thinks.
Okay, we'll probably talk real quick. Animal Spirit, I think this is your first time I've seen you here. Thank you for joining the channel. Says Cat on the hat. And then Westward, thank you for joining in. He says, "What's up, ninjas?"
Yep.
Alpha Omega, thank you, friend of the channel. He says, Natty, that's the Japanese chick, reported the assault to Japanese police following the incident, and authorities launched an investigation to locate him. Oh, and about that too, I think they're investigating all of. I think they Japanese are going around making posters about Ice Poseidon and how he's disrespecting and everything. So it's all the Ice Poseidon crew. So yeah, Eric is right? So, because if you thought you were superior, you wouldn't be asking. If you're in a point of superiority, you wouldn't be asking for rights or anything else from the person you're claiming is not superior, right? So that's why this whole black pride just falls apart as well, too, right?
Yeah.
And then, and I've seen it a lot too. It's the whole like sit-in thing. And I will say this, which I might get people that disagree with me that see this. I think discrimination is okay. So, let me just clarify what I mean about that. I don't think you shouldn't need the government to step in and tell you not to discriminate. I think we can solve problems ourselves, and I think the anti-discrimination laws does a hindrance on a lot of things. I know Eric's talked about it in the past, the Box Cart Act in Mississippi, where the box cart companies for those trains were they didn't have segregated box carts. It was everyone can just ride the same box carts, take the same transportation. The government said, no, you have to make separate box carts for black people. And the train company is like, well, if we do that, we're adding extra weight into the box cart, and there's not as many black people riding it as much as white people. So we got like a box cart of maybe like 3 or 4 black guys, while the other ones are like 50 white dudes, and we're just putting all extra weight in it, and that's extra coal we're burning and stuff. They lost the case. The government forced them to do the box cart, make extra box cart, and kind of almost basically bankrupt that company.
Well, that's just the thing. It's like segregation back in the day cost a lot of money, or whatever. Like, you know, it costs a lot of money.
But here's the beauty of capitalism. Because if you guys don't know, I'm a capitalist and cap libertarian, but yes. So say we have, and this is my favorite example, a burger joint, right? You got a burger joint that says no black people allowed, right? Whites only, right? So they are selling their burgers. Only white people can eat there. There's nothing stopping you from opening your own burger joint and just serving everybody to be in competition with that one, right? With the burger joint that's only whites only. The white people that disagree with the whites only one and want to eat with black people, they let them choose, give them a choice, and we'll see who stays in business longer or who's making more money. Problem solved. And then you created a business for yourself. But what these pro-blacks would do is, instead of making their own business that just serves everybody,
force themselves.
Yeah, they force themselves into the white business, and that where they not really wanted, and wondering why people are hosing them with hoses and throwing rocks at them and shit. So, Um, and the reason why I bring that up, so if you guys don't know, I'm originally from San Diego, California. One of the first hotels in the West was made by a black woman in Julian in California. It was like a old gold mining town. She allowed everybody in there. No one had problems. It's every single time all the problems arise when government gets involved. And that's a whole other thing. Real quick, D-Day Dara Wolf says, fucking indoor live streamers. Brandon Anime Guy says, we all discriminate in some form or another. Yes. We all choose who we want to be around and why. Hail Alpha Omega. Heyo D-Day Dara Wolf. And Brandon Anime Guy says, it did. Capitalism works. Yep. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Eric. Like, I found it really funny that, if you grew up in a lot of black households, they will say that, we're strong people. We don't back down from anything. We we are like a tough people or whatever. But, I find it funny that you always like for all these tough people, there always has to their quote unquote their enemy, the white man, for help every single time when things go wrong. It's like, when police are so-called beating black people in the streets, they ask for the white man for help. When the government is cutting down on food stamps, who they ask? They ask the white man or whoever.
Yeah.
Like,
Everything they want is begging white people for.
It's begging white people for it. And I think it's like low key hilarious, but sad at the same time because it just proves that as one of my favorite YouTubers back in the day, Mr. Dr. David Carroll, R&P, sir, like Professor Carroll. This Negro cannot connect the dots. It is not he is not that smart. She's not that smart. The more you try to, they can't connect dots. They're pretty stupid. You know what I'm saying? And it's a sad thing or whatever.
Yeah. Well, here's a comment too. D-Day Dara Wolf says, wonder if blacks back in the day got lynched for simply doing a crime. That's happened, but it's also happened to white folks if we're familiar with our history on the West. But here's the funny thing about that, right? We know segregation and Jim Crow and all that stuff happened in the past. These modern blacks, with all the opportunities that we see people from Buckley, nothing like actually shitty countries come here and advance themselves so high or whatever, and you can't do it. And then they act like it's harder now than it was back in the 60s, 50s, or before then. Which
Dude,
that's
easier.
other hilarious. Yeah. Like I can go, I own my own home. It's a fixer upper. I owe it free and clear. I still pay property tax, which is bullshit. But other than that, there's no white man stopping me from buying a car. No one's stopping me from walking in a restaurant unless I did something. I never done anything, so I don't have that problem. I go to any store. I buy guns when I want. There's no one stopping me from buying guns or whatever. I play whatever video games I want. They didn't have video games back in the past. How many people can just, even the schoolies back in the past, how many people in the past could just float their way to graduating in the past and not learn how to read, like our earlier story?
Yeah.
You couldn't do that in the past. We have it so much, there's so many handicaps that like all these pro blacks acting like they're in Jim Crow is fucking hilarious.
Well, also, Eric has said this in the past. If they feel like some of our people in our generation feel like they never had their civil rights moment or whatever, and it's like it's stupid. Your grandparents or your great grandparents and your great grandparents paid the price so you don't have to do that. You don't need to do that and everything. We don't need to have another March on Washington again or wherever. Sure, is there racism that happens every day? Yeah, of course, or whatever. But it's not like back in the day where you could just be a black person or a black family and you mind your own business, and like a group of like white guys that get bored like terrorize you and like, you know, try to lynch you for no reason. Because guess what? You know what? Back in the day, there was a lot of white people that didn't stand up for that crap or whatever, because they'll try to stop those evil racist guys too and everything. Like people
Well, here's
forget
the
that
thing:
history.
the Jim Crow laws were for white people. They would
Yeah.
say, I mean, the slave codes. That's what I meant. The slave codes punish a white person for teaching a black person to read and write.
Yeah.
They punish a white person for helping a black person escape. And a bunch of, and we can go on and on.
Yeah.
And so for me, you know, the libertarian side of me is like, it's the government. For me, the government gets in the way of progress.
Yeah.
And I do want to say this too. So you guys want to blame white people so much for everything. You guys don't know your whole history. So slavery in the United States. You know, one of the first slave owners in the United States was a black man named Anthony Joshua.
Yep.
Anthony Johnson.
Anthony Johnson. Joshua, that's the boxer.
Yeah. Anthony Johnson. And here's what he did. He had an indentured servant on his property, and a white guy said to that guy, "Why don't you work for me?" And the indentured servant, quote unquote, was like, "Okay, I can go work for you." And Anthony Johnson sued because the white guy told that guy, "You're only allowed to be an indentured servant for 5 to 7 years." So, and Anthony Johnson sued the state of Virginia, well, it wasn't the state yet, but sued Virginia that he's allowed to have that, instead of that 7-year mark where the person's an indentured servant, that person is owned by him for life. And that's why, and there's where your slavery started, where people were actually owning people in the United States.
You can't say that to a lot of black people because a lot of them don't believe it. Like they will deny that it actually happened.
But yeah, he won his case, and they said that you don't have to do the 7-year mark. The person stays as your servant for a lifetime, as for their whole entire life. And that's where your slavery in the United States came from. It has so it's not white people. There's black people that you would just ignore that are just as evil. So yeah, I'm not saying white people are evil. I'm just saying there's black people that are just as evil out there. So
yeah,
real quick, Westward says, I think it's because they have been tricked by politicians to think the help they are given is to actually help them rather than to put them in chains on them. D-Data Wolf says, blacks in the UK doing so much crime, and that's with them being catered to so much. How many handouts do they need till they feel it's time to stop? And Phil Gender Manderer, I hope I said that right. I think that's your first time on the channel. Thank you for joining. Says, I work for Kittler. Salute.
Wow.
All right, we can continue this video.
Differently on you than you on a political issue, or the person that is literally begging white executives to do something for them? Which one? And this is what has tripped me out. You've had folks, and it's not just a me thing, right? I have seen other people that are darker in skin that have had this stuff levied at them, and at the other side of their mouth is them begging white people for accept. They will never admit that. But don't go off the catchphrase. Don't go off the social media and the hashtags and the bios. Don't go off any of that. Go off of what they are actually doing. And what are they doing in this scenario that I just named? Begging white executives to represent them. Begging white executives to subsidize them. Begging white executives and companies owned by a bunch of white people to subsidize their efforts, fund their projects, to place their projects into these other places. That's what you're doing. And so it's not a new position that I have stumbled across. It's something that I've been saying if people actually bothered to listen to me, instead of thinking, oh, he says things that I don't like. He has a political position that differs from me, and therefore he must hate himself because black. And this is what trips me out when I see these cats. And this is no disrespect. I want to be clear. I want to be very clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with interracial marriage, okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with people that have decided that that's, you know, the person that they love and adore, and the person that they wanted to spend the rest of their life with is of a different race. That's perfectly fine. I'm not saying there is something inherently wrong with that. What I am saying is that by your own standards, you look stupid sitting here calling other people house Negro or self-hating black people or coon, all this other stuff. When you yourself are either biracial, you have shacked up with a person that isn't your race, or you are justifying dysfunctional behavior by black culture. There is no way you can come out of that acting that way and claim that you are somehow pro-black, or worse, being an absolute hypocrite and claiming that other people are some self-hating black people. It trips me out. You know the amount of people that
Okay, hold on. I gotta say something about this part. So,
I
you
think
know what that
we
reminds
can.
me of?
I think we could just end it on that part. That was really the gist of it and everything. Just about
Okay.
yeah,
Have you seen? Okay, here's the other thing that happens, right?
yeah,
So, person selling drugs robs a store, shoots some people,
yeah,
actually committed murder, right? And not a sound. No one calls that person a coon. Probably gunned down like 50 black men before even getting caught.
yep,
No one calls that person the coon. The person who gets called the coon is the one that says, you know what? I don't think I'm voting Republican or whatever. Right? Oh, you hate your race. The person just said they're voting Republican. They didn't kill no other black person. They didn't rob from any other black person. They just said they have a different political opinion. And that person's the coon, but not the one that actually does rob, steals, and murders other black people all the time.
yeah. That's good. No, I agree. However, it's always the loudest ones have the most to hide, man. Like like with him versus the Eggman or whatever. Like Eggman
Yeah.
is like biracial or whatever, and like Ripper's like, wait a minute, hold on, you ain't even you're not even fully black. What are you talking about? Like,
Yeah.
what
Well,
you-
see, the funny thing is, I'm not even full, even though most people look at me, I'm not even fully black. My dad's mother is actually white, and like they're Irish, and there's pictures of them and like Del Coronado when it was being built and stuff. Irish and Scottish. My grandmother's father moved to California from Kentucky so he can join Hollywood to build up his own ranch, and save up money to build his own cattle ranch. He didn't do the cattle ranch. He ended up staying in Long Beach and stuff. But he's is in a lot of westerns. I'm just not gonna dox my family or say anything. So,
yeah.
and real quick, D-Day says a person that gets called coon is the one that moves out the hood, goes to work on time, dresses uh and appears appropriately, etc. Eric July, fucking light skins. So please tell me Rippa called him light skin. What? No, it was you're talking about Jody's crack corner. Um, what was it? He was like, I think Jody hung up on Eric and was like, claiming victory,
Yeah.
and it was like, you got that at IKEA. You got that at IKEA. What about them naps? What about them naps? Let me see your studio. I got a studio. I pay for a studio. I pay for a studio.
Yeah.
So that shit was retarded.
Yeah, that was the most dumbest debate ever. Like Eric was just doing 3-on-1, and he still beat all three of them. That was the funniest thing or whatever. So that was a funny night right there, bro. Like,
Okay, was it really the dumbest debate, or is our next subject the dumbest debate?
oh, like is it the black chicks liking themselves or whatever? Like, or do you want to?
No, the Andrew Wilson versus
Oh,
Candace
you want to
Owens.
just go straight to that topic, or whatever?
Yeah, speaking of debates and cat
Yeah,
girl
let's
get
go
off
ahead.
my
Yeah, we can move that next one to next week or whatever. It ain't a big deal
Oh,
or
which one?
whatever. Do black chicks like themselves or whatever?
Actually, let's do that one since we are talking. That will lead into Candace Owens because she is a black chick.
Yeah. All
And
right.
give me a second. I'm wrestling the cat.
That cat is messing you up, man.
Oh, and hold on. Hold on, folks.
Yep. 2 of them.
Yep.
Yeah. There we go.
It looks
Let
like
me
my.
refresh.
No, seriously. What does your mom's hair look like?
It looks like my hair.
Okay.
Why are you asking about my mom?
Because no, seriously. What does your mom's hair look like?
It looks like my hair.
Okay. So why are you saying this?
Because black women do not wear their own hair today.
We do wear our own hair. Why do you care though?
Because I want to see, or all black men want to see black women wear their own
You know
hair.
that's not true. But I wear not down here.
I wear my
know that is
own
not
hair.
true.
A lot of people know that is not true.
And then if you could prefer which one, natural hair or fake hair, what would you pick?
Natural.
Natural. What do you say?
You gotta go natural.
Natural.
Okay. Natural. What do you say?
Natural.
Okay.
Natural, baby.
Personally, I prefer natural.
Just
Okay.
messy blonde, you feel me? Lip gloss, that's all that.
I'm gonna keep it a buck. Everything got to be natural, you feel me? We ain't doing no fake shit. We ain't doing none of that bullshit. If you can't come as God sent you to me as real as you come, I don't even need you.
But
the thing that I hate, bro, is women that put wigs on their head, bro. I don't like wigs, bro.
He's white and he's saying it. Why are you asking about my...
So, what's your thoughts on this one?
I agree with no one wants that fake weave stuff. Or I know you ever dated a black chick and she's talking to you, or you're just talking to them, and all of a sudden they're just patting their head because it's not their real hair because it's fucking itchy or some shit.
They be doing this all the time. Like they be patting their hair because it's because it's all that sweat that's their scalp or whatever, and it's not breathing. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
the glue and shit they got in there, and
the crazy part is like a lot of black women know that weaves are unhealthy for their hair, and they still do it anyway because it's like some type of self-hatred or whatever. Weaves are self-hatred or whatever.
Yeah, and that's the funny thing. These are the ones that actually hate themselves. We tell them we want to see their natural hair and shit all the time.
Show me that afro. Show me them braids. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and so then they're like, "Oh, you don't hate you." So, and none of the arguments make sense, right? So you're like, "Hey, I want to see you in your natural beauty or whatever," right? And I'll say that for any chick. You know, I do like goth chicks and stuff, but sometimes there are chicks you want to see their natural beauty. And speaking goth chicks, friend of the channel, but like they'll say, "Oh, you must hate your mom" or something. It's like, no, I'm asking to see your natural self, like what you naturally look like. How does that lead to I'm hating myself? You know, it's the most backwards argument ever. Like the same thing with the eyelashes. There is not one guy on this earth, doesn't matter the race, that likes eyelashes where you look like a camel from Egypt or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, or Saudi Arabia.
You know,
like,
oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you go.
No, I was gonna say and shout out to the king of controversy, the man, the myth, the legend, Tommy Sotomayor. I get this point from him. You know, you can when it comes to black chicks or whatever, they'll just for cope, they'll say, "Well, you know what? White women wear weave too." Okay, and everything. So what? White women are perfectly fine. Like if you ask white women about hey, white woman, do you have weave in your hair? Yeah, we have extensions, but that's it. Whatever, it's not a big deal or whatever. They don't.
Well, even that argument's cap, right? So there's so many white women that just rock their natural hair. They may dye it a color or two, but it's not like you don't see them in an unnatural afro.
Yeah,
white women can have locks and braids too. So I don't hear that. The Vikings had them, and there's other cultures that have braids. It's not just black people.
Yeah,
it's like, but so it's like the whole thing is just retarded, right? So it's like, and then it's like, okay, if the black woman just not going to listen to me in the first place, why get an invitation if I'm going to get the real thing? Just get me a white woman anyway. Sorry. If you're going to imitate a white woman, don't get mad at brothers getting an actual white woman. I'm just sorry. So,
well, and we can start bringing the stats into it. However, a lot of black women get mad when other black men date outside the race. But the crazy part is you got more black men that still end up with black women anyway. You got more black married couples or whatever. It's
Yeah.
just like why would you get mad at a small demographic of men that just said like, you know what, I'm not dealing with this. I don't want to have to deal with this. I'm gonna find love regardless where it's coming from. Like, you know,
Yeah,
that's
and to slightly defend them on that point, because I
yeah.
agree with you 100%. There is a thing on the internet, which this is not just black women, where even dudes do this, where it's like, oh, it's hard to find women I'm in love with or agree with me. Yet, like, the person's just dating and like women from nearby college or whatever, right?
Mhm.
And then complaining is like all the women are liberal and stuff. No, get your ass into the right area. You'll find someone for you. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you keep dating, if you're going to stay and only date people in the city, of course they're going to have similar views. And that's kind of the same thing. It's like, um, all these people are like, oh, I barely see black couples anymore. You just ain't really looking. You're just ignoring everything else around you
Dude,
or surrounding areas.
it's like, I mean, it just depends on what, like, it depends on what you're trying to look for or whatever. Are you looking for a ghetto chick? Because you know you could find that anywhere or whatever. Or are you looking for a classy black woman? Well, you know, that's kind of rare too, because you know, there's a lot of black women that like to be masculine and, you know, they want to be in charge or whatever of everything, you know, and that's the problem with the power dynamic too, or whatever. You know, you got to get on the program, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of black chicks don't grow up with their fathers or whatever, and that's the sad part or whatever. I mean, there's still black men that are in our lives because it has been debunked that black men do take care of their children. Like the stats did come back where that was actually false or whatever. Thank God or whatever. But there's still a lot of households or whatever where like the women don't respect the man or whatever because of
Yeah.
feminism or
Well, because
whatever.
the other thing too is like, and this is also dating advice, right?
Yeah.
So you got people that are like they're so down on like the dating thing. Even the
Mhm.
I see black women too, like, oh, there's no like, okay, I'm in Georgia. You'll see the post where it's like, there's no good black men in Atlanta. It's because
No.
you're in Atlanta. That's the gay black capital of the world.
Well, it's
Just
that too. However,
yeah. Well,
no,
I'm
no, no.
just saying, go where it's like, if okay, that's why you need to travel and go date out somewhere else. Like if I want an Asian chick, I go where there's more Asian women out there. You know, if I want a white girl, I go where there's more white girls at. I'm
Well,
just saying.
no, so this is what I was gonna say. Like, you know, with the when it comes to a lot of black chicks or whatever, they are saying there's no good black men. That's a lie. They're in your inbox. You just don't want to deal with them. Whatever. You don't want to
Yeah,
deal
there's
with
that too.
you don't want to deal. You don't want to deal with the dude that has a solid like 9 to 5 job. You want to deal with the guy that's making 6 or 7 figures or whatever. He doesn't want to deal with you because he got too many options or whatever. Like, you know, you're not the first one on his list or whatever. You know.
Well, yeah. So about that too. So recently on my Instagram, I seen an old friend from back in high school
Yeah.
or middle school or whatever.
Mhm.
And I remember back in high school, she made a comment like she only wants to date thug black dudes, right?
Yeah.
So she ended up following me on Instagram, and I look at her page, just seeing like, oh, okay, I wonder how she's been doing, whatever, right? Single black woman.
Mhm.
That's just, no father in the kids' lives, it's just her and the kids. And
Yeah.
I just remember back in the day that comment. She's like, "Oh, I only like thug black dudes. That's it." So she got
Yep.
what she asked for.
You got
So
what you asked for, man. Uh, but yeah, man, I think there's somebody for everybody. However, you know, it's just that you got to put in the work, or whatever. But also, you know, this is where you know what you gotta listen to Myron a little bit. It's like, guys, make sure you have your finances together. Make sure you know, you're working out or whatever to make yourself look good. Please take a bath, shower, brush your teeth, good hygiene when you're talking to women, because that's a big turn off or whatever. Like those are some of the things that you need to at least be somewhat successful a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Especially that money part, like because you know despite what you think or whatever, like you got to have money to do what you need to do. Like that's like one of the deal breakers. Now, ladies, yeah, we're going to talk about the ladies too and everything. Ladies, I'm not telling you that you can't have what you want or whatever. Like, I'm not saying that you can't have the 1% guy or anything like that. But guess what? If you want the 1% guy, you're gonna have to play by the 1% guy's rules, meaning that you're not his only option. And that's just the truth, or whatever. Like, and it like a and that's just the harsh reality, and that's the law of the jungle, or whatever. Either you're gonna have to settle or whatever for a dude that's doing a 9 to 5, or or working at least 60 hours or whatever to make ends meet, or a blue collar guy or whatever. And they're gonna be loyal to you, make sure that you're good, taken care of, or you might consider that guy boring or whatever. But at least you got something stable.
Real quick, on Blaze stream, we have Maya Technical says the cat on the hat though. Yeah, and he's laughing, chilling. Have a nice stream, says Pepperon, It's So TV. Thank you guys for joining the chat on Blaze stream. And let's catch up on chat. And I got, speaking of showers, I got a video that's gonna give us a good laugh.
Nice.
DNA Dire Wolf says intelligent, successful, well-spoken, in-shape men versus weird, out-of-shape, low IQ, egg-shaped men. Candace Owens loves white D. DNA Dire Wolf also says natural. And he did the bomb. I think that's about the eyelashes. I hate those eyelashes. 13 King Style 40. Me and Kreese will be on his stream on this Friday.
Yep.
So tune in for that. I'll make a post on Discord.
Yep.
See you guys Friday. He says Westward goes, I don't like weaves and white girls. I don't like weaves and black girls. Right. And then ha ha ha, Vagabond hangs out in Chinatown a lot. Pretty much. Or Japan areas. Yep. The good men they want all seem to be 6'5". Yeah, have you ever seen that Pop the Balloon show? I'll be watching that.
Oh yeah, the Pop of the Balloon or whatever.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't have to travel far to find a specific ethnicity of women. Nice. Kevin Samuels, wash your ass, says Dire Wolf.
Yeah, you do.
Want 1% a man, you have to be 1% woman. Be the 1% woman. Westward says that's why a lot of athletes' wives stick around even after they get caught cheating.
Because they can't know what they signed up for. Like they're 1%. Like you're gonna give up your whole entire lifestyle or whatever. Now this is where some of the athletes make a mistake. It's like if they they bring the trash to the house. That's usually when the wife gets mad, and rightfully so. Like you don't bring your side piece to the house. You just don't.
Yeah. Wayfair says Mike Rowe promoted decades ago to pursue more on trade schools because blue collar workers are the real blood of America. Beyonce ain't leaving Jay-Z, says Wayfair. Yes, says Westward Smile. And we will play our next clip to give us a little laugh or cringe. Yeah. It's up to you. Hold on.
And then after that, we'll get into the main event.
Yeah.
A fake shower, summer edition. I just got back from a terrible run, and the first thing How to take a fake shower, summer edition. I just got back from a terrible run, and the first thing my mom tells me is that I smell bad and I need to shower. I do not have the energy to do that, so I'm going to tell you how I take a fake shower. Firstly, I'm setting the scene. I'm taking a shower! Now I'm starting the shower so my mom hears the noise and actually thinks I'm showering. Let the water run for 20 minutes so it's convincing. And I brought snacks to help the time pass. Now to make it look like I actually showered, I do have to get a little bit wet. I'm already very sweaty from my run, so luckily I don't have to use too much water. But I'm making sure to get all over my hair. This is kind of scary, but you can also try dipping your your head under the shower water. I normally skip this step, but I wanted to be extra clean today. Next, I chose a shirt that I haven't worn in a few days, and I'm putting it on over my old shirt so no one knows. I actually don't have any deodorant or perfume but right now. I did find this cleaning spray under my sink, so I'm spraying it all over my body. But of course, if you have deodorant or whatever, you can use that. A lot of people forget this step. If people are suspicious that you aren't showering, you have to get your towel wet too and put it right back where you found it. I'm feeling so much better after my run. I don't have to worry about showering for the next couple weeks, so bye! How to take a...
So, what's your opinion, Kreese? So, I knew this was going to be cringe, so... Thoughts? Oh, I gotta blow you up with this one.
You heifers are nasty. You heifers are nasty and disgusting, and so, man, I have stories. Like, sometimes some of y'all don't clean down there, man. Like, get yourself right. Take a shower, ladies. That's not cool, man. That's not cool at all, man. You should be taking care. Like, if you're a dude and you could get away from not taking a shower maybe one day, ladies, you have no excuses because, like, your guys' stuff can, like, literally, mess up a whole entire room. Like, you could destroy a whole entire room with your parts. That is disgusting, okay? Disgusting, nasty. To take the soap and water, okay? There's no excuse. Once again, there's no excuse to be funky, all right? There's no excuse. Cleanliness is next to godliness. It's in the Bible, okay? It's in the Bible, all right? It's in the Bible, all right? Like, you want to wash yourself, okay? Soap and water. Brush your teeth. Comb your hair. Do all of that. Oh, man.
Oh, man. I knew that was going to trigger you. I was like, I thought this. Oh, and it was perfect timing when you brought up the Kevin Samuels about watching. I was like, oh, shit.
Bruh, like, oh my gosh, dude, that is disgusting. Ugh.
I like taking showers. Like, I can have the hot water in there for hours and just be in there for hours. The fact that this girl's like, oh, I don't feel like taking a shower. The worst part, she brought snacks in the bathroom. Yeah, so that's another thing. With
Dude.
it steaming in there and shit.
Let me tell you something. Like, I know people that, like, there have been people that you just know that didn't take a shower or whatever, and they try to put perfume or Axe on top of their funk, bro, and you can still smell it through it or whatever.
No, there was this one dude I knew at the art institute that I went to for gaming.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped out, but some people let him stay in. I didn't find this out till later. I just knew that the guy had a brand new Assassin's Creed sweater, right? And if you're familiar with Assassin's Creed, it's like super white. That's like the costume or whatever. And so this guy had a brand new Assassin's Creed sweater, and I remember the sweater being white. The dude never washed. The dude just didn't do anything. His nails was dirty. He would just come there to play Magic the Gathering, and he was kicked. He dropped out of the school, but I didn't know that yet. I just know as soon as I walked on the campus, I could smell him. That's how musty he was, and supposedly he was in the military. I don't believe him, but so because he was also one of those dudes that like whines about everything, like DSP, where oh my controller's not working, or whatever. So
yeah,
it was to the point to where any video game I was playing, I would specifically target him, and everyone around us, we would just target him only to piss him off, to make him leave. And because boy,
that's disgusting, bro.
Yeah. So basically, what happened? We had this Native American friend that like was rich because of the casinos shit.
Yeah.
So basically, they were at this. I guess one of the new Pokemons came out for the 3DS. No, Monster Hunter came out for the 3DS, and the guy was whining so bad that they bought him one just to shut him up. And but the Native American dude hated him. So it turns out this dude was bumming it the whole time. He had some people were letting him stay in an apartment the whole entire time, and this was going on for months. He had access to a shower, he just wouldn't take one. And then what happened is he basically stole everyone's shit and disappeared. So I don't know what happened to him, but my Native American friend was like, "Yeah, if I find him, I'm gonna bubble him and bury him on one of the reservations." so,
Dang.
so where he'll never be found. But yeah, the dude's sweater was gray. Like the sweater was supposed to be white. You would have thought the sweater he bought it was gray, but it wasn't supposed to be gray. It was supposed to be white. That's how dirty he was.
That's disgusting, bro.
Real quick, chat goes, women would rather share a winner than have losers as D-Day or Wolf. Westward goes, on the road, they can have a side chick, but don't bring them home.
Yeah.
D-Day Wolf is throwing up, I think, to the shower chick. T. Papu Roberts, I think this is your first time on the channel. Thank you for joining. She wasted 100 liters of water. Yes. So
I don't like filthy people, bro. Like I get nauseous. Like
yeah. Less work, honestly, says D-Day Wolf. That is a lot of work for someone not taking a shower, says the Wayfarer. Also, aren't women more conscious of their hygiene? That ain't no woman. And then Westward goes, what the fuck? Just take a shower.
You'd be surprised, dude. There like some women that will try to skip.
You ever hear janitors talk about how dirty the women's bathroom be more than the dudes?
Yeah, it's been like, dude, I used to be a janitor, dude. And like the woman's bathroom, like we will rock, paper, scissor it, man, like to see who had to do it, man, like, cause, or like if we did get a female janitor, we like always say, well,
you gotta do it.
You gotta do it, and everything, like, you know, so. Dude, I love me some women, but like they're like there's some women that just don't like to take care of themselves. They want to be lazy and like they want to quote unquote be like dudes or whatever. No, don't do it and everything. Like,
have you seen the feminist chicks that won't shave their armpits and like try to grow the hair out and not wear deodorant?
Don't tell me that, dude. You gotta stop telling me that type of stuff.
Oh, my bad. So Westward goes, just take a shower. In Vegas, I got lost and ended up walking 25 miles, and I still took a shower when I got back to the hotel.
You have to.
That her coochie stink. Yeah. T-Pow, I hope I'm saying that right. Robert says, smells like a fish market. D-Day says, I'm so lucky I haven't hooked up with a woman with bad hygiene. The Wayfarer says it's a prerogative to take a bath / shower. It's part of battling the heat and humidity. Yeah, because I think the Philippines is humid, right? Westward says, oh, I didn't even notice she had a food in there. That's next level gross. And then,
that's what I'm saying. It's just some filthy stuff, man. Like that's disgusting, bro. Like that stuff made me want to throw up, man. I can't stand a dirty person, bro. Like I can't do it.
If I ever run for office, I'll run on the platform to spray every stinky motherfucker with a fire hose until they're clean.
Bro, this is disgusting. That's filthy, man. Filthy. Like, you wash yourself, man. Like, seriously, guys, do not do what this lady is doing, man. You need to wash yourself.
The fact that she made it like a how-to video too. It's like, bro, I would laugh as Kirsch found that video. Let me see how many views that video has.
Imagine you need to look at the comment section.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Add that. And then we'll move on to our next subject. So definition of working more to do less. That's the first comment. This gotta be a rage bait. That one kid that sits in the front of you in class. Finally, an accurate tutorial. I've been struggling with this for years. I'm beginning of a Discord mods routine. At the beginning of a Discord mods routine, just take the damn shower, girl. The water bill crying in the corner. Noob fake shower right here. The sound of the water hitting the tub is always the same. That way you have to switch it up. Okay, there's someone that agrees with her for some reason. This is literally much harder than just taking shower in the first place. I don't have to shower for the next couple of weeks. And then he put that in quotes, so he's being sarcastic. How to take a fake shower. How to waste water is the accurate description. Just take a damn shower, stinky. The type of shenanigans my grandma with dimension pools. This better be satire. Taking a shower is way faster and easier than whatever you did. And then thanks for setting a great example for all the youngsters out there. Great job. The possibilities of this video not being satire are low, but zero. But not zero, I mean. Congratulations, you have successfully fulfilled the prerequisites to becoming a Discord mod. And that's about it right there. But let's get into our next final subject. Let me catch up on chat real quick. Rolando, friend of the channel, says, bro, I would laugh if Kirsch found that video, right? Westward, I know I have a bad BO, so I would shower twice a day, says Westward. Rolando says, and I'm pretty sure a woman will get real sick if they don't wash their poon. Nambate Port Midala, my vagina fell off. So thank you for joining the chat. I think that's your first time here. Welcome for joining. We'll probably get a name for our ninjas. Welcome all you new ninjas to the chat. So let's get to our main topic. Then we won't watch the whole video because I did watch the whole live stream.
Yeah, this is the short version of it, however.
Yeah. Hold on. Okay, so this is friend of the channel. Hold on. I hope I didn't freeze. Am I frozen? No.
No, you're good.
Okay. From D-Day Cobra, friend of the channel.
You could probably skip a little bit. Yeah.
Great, dude. And I was
up any of the real issues I've had, because Candace has followed a bunch of rabbit trails and
because you kind of invented conservative new media and you don't really get credit for it, but sometimes we get credit at Daily Wire. You beat us by like 4 years or something.
Okay. So it's at the beginning, so let me rewind.
Today you've got the Candace fans taking a victory lap and you have the Wilson fans taking a victory lap. And because there are more Candace fans, it makes it seem like more people think that Candace won because she just has a bigger fan base. So literally nothing was accomplished except for a bunch of good memes. So, you know, it's good stuff. It was good stuff. So, Arondai for 20 with the snake eyes profile picture says, shout out to D-Day Cobra Gaming stream last night, specifically at 4140 where Jeremy and I crossed paths. And he almost smoked me in reload, but I came out ahead with 14 HP left. Really? Did that happen? Hold on. I'm going to pull that up right now. D-Day Cobra Gaming.
Okay, hold on.
41.
Yeah. Sorry. So hold on, we'll fast forward these.
Candace and Andrew Wilson. Someone said used car salesman sells mixed race couple a 2009 Dodge Charger at 32% APR. This is a level of memes that is rare. This is perfection.
I mean, I think we could kind of
which I think
talk about it
sums it up
bit.
pretty
Like,
accurately. This is from.
Okay, did you watch the debate?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, the whole thing, or like?
I watched most of it to get the gist of what went on or whatever.
Yeah. So, okay, who do you think won the debate, and why?
So the thing is, I respect Candace and I respect Andrew or whatever. Like, you know, don't always agree with both of them or whatever, but they're good to be in the space or whatever. But objectively, if like let's just say I'm a person that doesn't care about politics or anything like that, or heck, let's just say I'm a leftist. Ugh, that's just me just say ugh for even saying that. But like I had to like pick a side or whatever. I think Andrew Wilson like objectively won or whatever. I think he did like he stayed on Candace. However, you can look at Candace's body language of she was looking for a way out most of the debate or whatever. Um and there was a lot of stuff where she just wouldn't answer the question directly. She'll just laugh it off or whatever, or like she'll just she won't like answer you. She was answering her chat like Jeremy was talking about or whatever, whereas Andrew was literally just asking her simple questions of, okay, why do you believe this type of thing? Do you believe this, or like do you need more evidence, like or you just making evidence on the, or you just or like the evidence that's preceding you, is this not enough for you? What's going on or whatever, so that's how I feel.
Yeah, as for me, I do not respect Candace Owens. Candace, you can clip that. I think I wouldn't say she's retarded.
Oh no,
but
she's smart. She's really smart.
She's a grifter, 100%.
Oh yeah.
So I did watch the whole debate. I think if you're judging by debating standards, Andrew, of course, he won. The problems I had, and I'll say why he won. He had stuff to back up his claims. She would concede a lot of times she has no evidence or deflect, and a bunch of things. I also do think she, if you don't know as well, all three of them were given earpieces by Candace Owens' team. So I do think Andrew was onto something when he called her out, like, were you looking at your phone, or to read verbatim from order of the charges. But she did have her own earpiece that her team supplied for them. So I wish he mentioned that. I wish Andrew at the time of the debate mentioned the earpiece. I think that was his weakest part, by saying that it was the phone and had PBD look in there. But I was disappointed in the debate. I think Andrew won hands down. His weakest point was bringing up the phone thing. The problem I had with the debate was, one, Candace Owens won in the sense she won a bunch of money, right?
Yeah.
She got $300,000 just to show up, to sit in a chair for 3 hours. And all the ad reads was for Candace Owens. Andrew Wilson didn't have no ad reads at all. Every time PBD is like, okay, let's take a break, you saw Candace Owens' face during the ads reading out for her ad read. So that also was, I think that was the weak, also part of the debate I hated. Candace tried to deflect out of there where she said, oh, we're no longer debating, we're just having a conversation. That's not what you agreed to. You agreed to the debate. Don't try to. She was trying to weasel out of that. So basically, she wasn't able to back up any of her claims. The people that follow her just agree with anything she says. And I'll say this. Well, the other thing too, the general public, and that goes for left and right, because most people don't know how debates work, and so they think it's supposed to be just a big spectacle, and whoever made the biggest spectacular show is the one that wins, or some other nonsensical metric. So of course there's a lot of retards out there that like, oh, Candace Owens won. If you're saying she won because she won a bunch of money, cool. But if you're saying she won the debate, no, you're retarded. So if you make a claim, you have to
back it up.
With positive evidence. She didn't have positive evidence a single time during the whole 3 hours. So and I think that's the reason why she didn't want to do Joe Rogan and stuff, because I think Joe Rogan would have called out the earpiece thing or whatever else.
Yeah, she it's like you said, she she didn't prove anything other than, you know, like Jeremy said, she was just talking to our audience. She wasn't talking to she wasn't talking to Andrew. She, you know, she got $300,000 just for showing up or whatever.
Well, and she lied, right?
And she lied.
I wish they did call her out on her lies. So one part she lied was like, I never blamed Erica Kurt. And she never blamed EP2 USA. There's tons of clips of her trying to indicate Erica Kurt and TPUSA into the whole thing. And I wish that was brought up. Andrew Wilson, I love you. No homo. Smoking Man Bad. I watch all your videos. But yeah, I think that should have been brought up more and pressed on her some more on that.
I think Andrew probably didn't really want to go too hard on her either, is because she was pregnant too at the
I don't
same
even
time.
think that. I think I just think the format she was. So he did make a comment about that. He said the problem he was having was she was trying to say she didn't have any claims, and it was like, what's the feed off of if she's just going to deny everything? So that was that thing too.
And then she kept on saying my sources, and then he just rebutted, well, my sources says that your sources are stupid. So where are we gonna go from there?
Yeah. And I think there is a funny clip right here
from Primetime 99, Alex Stein, right here.
True loser of this debate was Charlie. Charlie lost in this debate. Watching this debate, the only thing that I can deduce is that Andrew Wilson was not the winner, Candace Owens was not the winner, and the true loser of this debate was Charlie. Charlie lost in this debate because we lost an American hero, we lost a future president, and he knew that he was in the...
I don't believe, listen, I appreciate the sentiment towards Charlie, okay? I do not agree that Charlie Kirk was a future president. I know that's a huge narrative that people have...
Okay, what do you think about that part?
Charlie Kirk as president?
Well, just what I know what Jeremy said, but what about what Alex Stein said, I guess?
No one, there was no winners on this debate.
And Alex Stein, friend of the channel.
I mean, to a certain extent, he is right. Like, you know, once again, objectively, Andrew dogwalk Candace, but like he is right. You know, you have two quote unquote conservative powerhouses like having an inner civil war against. I mean, for a person, a God fearing man in Charlie, which I don't think he would have ran for president. I think he was perfectly good at where he was at, with, Turning Point USA or whatever. Like, he can do more there than actually be under the government or whatever. It was sad. It was really sad because at the end of the day, technically, both of them grifted off of Charlie Kirk's death once again. And, I feel bad for Erica Kurt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, at the end of the day, what am I supposed to do on this one? You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, she probably shouldn't be running the company. I do agree with Candace on that one and Andrew on that one. Like, I don't think she's qualified to run Turning Point USA. I think she could probably be, be the last say so, or on how it's supposed to run or whatever. Big business decisions, you run it by her, but she needs to appoint somebody that's already familiar with what would Charlie want, or how, you're not going to be Charlie or whatever, but you need somebody that knows the ins and out of the business. But at the end of the day, she gets the final say if you need, if it's something really very, very important. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I don't think Charlie Kirk would have been president.
Yeah.
I think he even mentioned before he was content just running TPUSA, and his thing was getting people to return to Christ and stuff like that. So I think he knew that's what his battle was. And helping new regions of voters and But I will say this that yeah. So I don't think Candace was in there with good faith. Like there wasn't really she didn't really have anything. Like if she really believed, for me, if she really believed what she was saying, she would have done the debate for free.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, I'm ready to defend my position. I would have debated her because she did ask for 500,000. If she was content that she was right. So I do believe that. And I know we do got a disagreement in the chat. Let me catch up real quick. Westward says it's a Hellcat. And then the debate wasn't really debate, more of a marriage counseling, says Booming Bob, friend of the channel.
Yeah.
Rolando says she didn't win, but Andrew failed to try and impress her. She just deflected the whole time. Yeah. He just let her destroy herself. I don't think so. But I think she just wasn't giving him stuff to bite onto. And for the Candace tards, Rolando says they would only hold up onto the charges part. Yeah, and then she is better grifter than Jeremy. LOL. And
That
then
is true.
and D8 Wolf, Andrew, do you have any evidence of the bullshit you spew? And only a loser was Charlie Kirk because his death was a waste. Thanks, Candace. Remember, she's getting closer by day to the truth. And D8 Wilson also PBD kept butting in when Andrew was pounded. Yeah, that also happened too.
Yeah.
The Candace thing. Westward says Candace really knows how to manipulate people. It's really weird that every time Andrew had Candace on the ropes, it was a time for an ad break. There shouldn't have been any breaks. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Candace wishes she was Mrs. Charlie Kirk. Yep. And here's our disagreement here. Sedona, thank you for joining the chat. Candace Owens is a true American hero. 2028, the living legend.
Wow.
Alex isn't wrong, says Westward. It would be funnier if her informant was the Mossad agent, right? And
Yeah.
the Westward says, once upon a time, people were talking about Candace Owens running for president.
Oh God.
Candace Owens is a true American hero. Thank you, Sedona, for posting it again. Andrew Wilson, I think all women are retarded. Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, that was funny.
I would say Shoe on Head having a balanced take on it is shocking, but Shoe on Head after all. But it's Shoe on Head. Wait, hold on. I would say Shoe on Head having a balanced take on it is shocking, but it's Shoe on Head after all. Shoe on Head is pretty level-headed. I don't get it. But Candace is a living legend, the truth, but be foretold, Charlie Kirk forever. Okay, thank you, Silver. And let me play a little bit more. We're not going to play it too much longer.
Have jumped on after the unfortunate assassination. I just reject the idea that the future people romanticizing him after his unfortunate passing. He would have been an important figure in the political. Happens. None of this matters. None of Candace Owens spoke by far the most words in today's debate. Despite this, Andrew Wilson won the poll that was live on Patrick Bet David's YouTube channel with 54%, which I think sums it up pretty accurately. This is from Primetime 99, Alex Stein right here.
Okay, we
True
read
loser
that
of
part.
This debate was Charlie. Charlie lost in this debate.
Let me
this
go
debate,
to
the
Michael
state
Knowles.
of podcasting and the state of the media. I think it's all going to change. Again, I have the same feeling I did in 2010.
So this right here is very interesting to me because I do feel this way. I agree with Glenn Beck, and I've been talking about this for a while, and it leads into the point that I was making earlier, which is a point that I have made about the anti-Israel narrative, the Epstein bullshit. The internet is very obsessed with issues that the real world is not interested in, and it's becoming
stop it right
it's
there.
becoming a
What do you think of that? I do think people use Israel as a scapegoat. Not saying you have to like Mossad or whatever that guy's name is for Israel, but I do think people, and then I do think people will like, they want to blame everything on the Jews or Israel or whatever. I don't think that's always the case. Whatever. like, does Israel probably do some bad stuff? Sure, I agree with that. But to blame them on everything, I don't think so. I do think there's Chinese, Russia. We just had that person in California that was from office admit she was a Chinese spy that got
Yeah.
elected to some Democrat position. What-
So as far as like the Jews doing everything, you know, to a certain extent, like I can probably hear hear people out because the Jews do run like, you know, the FCC, they run like the entertainment thing on like how medias react. So like, I mean, I get it, however, but I do agree that, you know, not everything, you can't blame everything on the Jews or whatever. Like, you know, you gotta be fair and open minded when it comes to this type of stuff or whatever.
Yeah, but I will say this. Like for me, for me it's just we get so focused on like Jews and stuff, but our own government has a bunch of bullshit we have to deal with. So
Yeah.
it's like I can't even think, and like I don't think any of our resources or anything should go to Israel or Palestine.
Yeah.
But like we got so much stuff here, but like I don't have time to be worried about what's happening in another country.
Yeah. I mean, with yeah, you would think like, you know, America first. Well, that didn't come out well in the second term. It's
Well,
like
okay. Here's because I can see where okay, our country's being threatened with like Venezuela or Cuba, right?
not
Like,
really, because we can wipe them off of the face of the planet if we really
well,
wanted
okay,
to.
that's what I agree with you, right? I think we should have been. Here's not my libertarian take, but I'll say an unlibertarian take. I think we should just already been annexed Cuba and got it over with. Like the fact that we had such a threat just lingering around for how many years now? Over 80 something years.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh well, they're only 90 miles away from Florida. They could attack us anytime. We
Yeah.
should have been cut them off from a while long ago. And I
Yeah.
will say this as a joke. A China or Russia, I would gladly take a Chinese or Russian spy woman into my home. So, Rolando says Candace thinks dinosaurs are a Jewish plant to lie to Christians. Booming Bob says I had to go back and watch Shoe's video for the palate cleanse after the mess for a good retrospective. And then D-Day says Jews are responsible for a lot of shit, but China is one of the really fucking around nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Booming Bob says I'm totally not a Chinese spy. No, the Wayfarer says no, you side with the Koreans, Bob. China killed their own citizens and censor them and straight up deny that they ever happened. And then the Wayfarer goes, oh yeah, of course. And then Rolando says we just can't let them fester up and build. D-Day Direwolf says same. And StreamElements is letting us know we got a new subscriber, Sedona3688 Water. Thank you for becoming a ninja. And
Nice.
again, welcome to Ninjas at Night. We hope you're entertaining.
Thank you.
Westward says we should have taken Cuba during the Cuban Missile Crisis and sent a fucking message. Yes. And Sedona says, yes, I subscribe. And again, thank you for subscribing.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
And let's play something on a lighter note real quick.
Yeah.
And then we'll start getting off. You have any more Instagram feeds?
Nah, dude. I'm out of it.
Okay, hold on. I got one that Blue-Eyed Scorpio, if you're still watching, you'll appreciate. Bear with me. It has to do have you seen the all these food challenges going on?
No.
Okay, so like we're doing a saltine cracker challenge on Devil Made Me Do It's channel this weekend.
Yeah.
So So basically, the world record is 6 saltine crackers. I know it seems small, but nothing to drink. You have to like swallow it or whatever.
Yeah.
Actually, I sent this to DJ Direwolf. I clicked on the wrong person. Sorry, we're gonna play something different instead. This is for all you ninjas out there. Hold on. I gotta make sure none of my other feed shows.
Yeah.
Or we get banned from YouTube.
Yeah.
The cold drink. Fried chicken, white rice, macaroni and cheese, a slice of cake. And you know I can't forget about the cold drink.
Wow.
So, would you eat that?
No.
So, all right, and then we'll play one more video because that wasn't the video I was looking for. So, this one will give us a good laugh. I thought I sent it. Let's see. Hold on. So, this one. Hold on. I sent a bunch of stuff to. Oh, Blue White Scorpio. Okay, never mind. I can't find what I'm looking for. I'll play it next week, but it has to do with Sprite. So someone tried to do a Sprite challenge, and I think that was a funny video.
Yeah,
and I don't have that. Okay, all right. Well, we'll play this thing instead, and we'll call it a night. Just for our laughs.
You want this? It's pretty nasty, but I don't want her to know. Okay, thanks.
What did he say?
He don't like the Jews.
Huh?
Huh? The Jews.
Wait, sorry, what?
Jews!
What about them?
The boy hates the Jews!
No, he doesn't hate... Oh, Jesus. No, that's not what you should be hearing.
Then why you destroy our car?
I didn't know it was a Jewish car. What does a Jewish car even look like?
You know, maybe New York is not for you guys.
See? Hey, you want this? It's pretty nasty.
That's funny.
So, Caribbean people not pronouncing stuff. Westward, before we go, welcome Sedona. D-Day Dire Wolf says LOL. Yes. Okay, no, I clicked that one. I just actually scrolled back up. Is that a cat on his head? That's cool. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you saw earlier, the other cat kept jumping on me. What the fuck? Says D-Day Dire Wolf. And I am made of saltine crackers. I would eat a whole pack of them, no problem.
Yeah.
LOL, the juice. And ha ha ha, that's great from D-Day Dire Wolf. So, you ninjas out there, keep sneaking around. Do not break into cars. Any words of wisdom, Kreese?
Ladies, make sure you take showers just like any other dude. You know, be clean. You know, and yeah, if you're going to do the thing, always bring your raincoat.
All right, good night, ninjas, and say keep being black or something. I don't know.
Yeah, late night dojo, mask on, mic's hot, the moon is up, the squad is live. Ninjas at night. It's late night, light, slow, max on tight. 3 voices in the shadows, rub the ninjas at night. MMA Kreese on the mic, yeah, he keep it sane. Tryna hold the crew down when we go off the chain. Vagabond in the cut, yeah, he wild with the speech. Degenerate thoughts, probably talking about feet. Chronicling Mayhem, partner in crime. Raccoon Queen energy, causing chaos all night. Anime games, real talk, whatever feels right. Pop culture, smoke bombs, disappear in the night. Good vibes, sharp tongues, no script in sight. Kick back, tune in, this Ninjas at Night. Ninjas at night, yeah, we outside. Late night laughs with the whole squad live. Kreese, Vagabond, Mayhem on the mic, random talk, good times. Ninjas at night, yeah, we bring that heat. Same one, chaos in a man about feet. Mask on, lights down, everything hype. Kick back, tune in, it's Ninjas at Night. From the couch to the cave, we be posted in black. One random topic and we never look back. Kreese trying to steer, but the madness won't stop. Soon as Vagabond talks, the whole chat drops. Mayhem got raccoons in a scheme on deck. Partnering crime with the chaos effect. No filter, no fear, just jokes in flight. This the wildest little dojo after midnight. No script, no rules, just vibes and smoke. Half serious talk, half inside joke. Moonlight shining, the squad ignite. Welcome to the madness of Ninjas at Night. Ninjas at Night, yeah, we outside. Late night laughs with the whole squad live. Kreese, Vagabond, Mayhem on the mic, random talk, good times. Ninjas at Night, Ninjas at Night, yeah, we bring that heat. Same one, chaos in a man about feet. Mask on, lights down, everything high. Kick back, tune in, it's Ninjas at Night. MMA Kreese, the same one. Vagabond, don't check your search history. Chronicling Mayhem, Raccoon Queen, partner in crime. Random topics, late night chaos. Ninjas at Night!